This is Barry Zalma speaking for Claim School Incorporated's blog, Zalma on Insurance. Today we speak about adjusting liability claims and the basics needed by a liability adjuster. Adjusting liability insurance claims requires skill, patience, knowledge of insurance, basic knowledge of tort and contract law, and knowledge and experience as an investigator. The liability claims adjuster is faced with the following basic obligations. 1. To understand the law of torts as applied in the state where the adjuster works. 2. To understand the law of contracts as applied in the state where the adjuster works. 3. To understand sufficient medical terminology to be able to evaluate claims of injury. 4. To understand the costs to repair or replace damaged real or personal property or vehicles. 5. To understand how to read and apply the terms and conditions of a liability insurance policy. 6. To understand how to thoroughly investigate all claims assigned. 7. To conduct an investigation of every claim assigned fairly and in good faith, with an intent to find coverage for the loss presented by the insured. 8. To understand how to analyze the insurance coverage and apply the facts established by the adjuster's thorough investigation to the policy wording. 9. To be able to negotiate with claimants and lawyers to resolve bodily injury or property damage claims. 10. To pay promptly all claims the insurer owes under the contract. And 11. To resist and not pay all claims the insurer does not owe under the contract of insurance, nor any claims the insured owes to a third party. The average new adjuster, a 22-year-old female graduate of a liberal arts college, has little or no training sufficient to allow her to fulfill the obligations required of every liability insurance adjuster. Some modern companies simply hire a person to be an adjuster, provide no training, and send them out to deal with the public with only the assistance of a claims supervisor who may only have 2 years' experience. The liability claims adjuster quickly learns that there is little difficulty with the claimant, the person alleging bodily injury or property damage against a person insured, if the claim is paid as demanded. The insured may be unhappy if the claimant's claim is paid as presented, since most do not believe they did anything wrong or fear an increase in premiums charged for subsequent policies. The adjuster must be prepared to salve the insured's emotions, explain why in the law and the policy it was appropriate to pay the claimant, and that the settlement is in the best interest of both the insured and the insurer the adjuster represents. The adjuster knows and must be prepared to explain to an insured that if a claim is resisted or denied, the claimant will be unhappy and will probably hire a lawyer and file suit. If not promptly settled, the claimant's lawyers will rake the insured over the coals to prove the insured is liable for the claimant's injuries. The litigation will take time, effort, and money to establish the extent of the injuries and who is responsible for the injuries. Failure to settle promptly can cost the insured or his or her reputation, and will certainly cost the insurer much more than the claim could have been resolved for had it been resolved before the claimant retained a lawyer. The adjuster must also understand that investigation may establish that the insured is not responsible for the injuries claimed. Since most people would prefer not to be deposed by a claimant's lawyer, nor would they want to be cross-examined during a trial, it is the duty of the adjuster to explain to the insured's responsibility to assist in the defense of an eventual lawsuit. The duty to settle is not unlimited. It is also the obligation of the adjuster to prevent a claimant to take advantage of the insured and the insured's insurer when investigation established that the insured is not responsible for the injuries claimed by the claimant. The liability adjuster must also be knowledgeable about the fact that many liability claims are part of a fraudulent scheme that are used by the unscrupulous to profit from fake accidents and injuries. The best estimate the insurance industry has established is that insurance fraud takes more than $308 billion from the industry every year. Almost all of those less than legitimate claims are paid because 1. The adjuster was untrained. 2. The adjuster is minimally trained. 3. The adjuster is either unable or unwilling to perform a thorough investigation. 4. The adjuster is so inexperienced that he or she does not know how to investigate. 5. The adjuster is unable to read a policy with comprehension because he or she has not been trained, he or she has been trained inadequately, or he or she has no legal training and do not know the rules of contract interpretation. 6. The fraud perpetrator is intelligent, not greedy, and knowledgeable. 7. The insurer does not want to fight because legal costs to fight a fraud exceed the value of the claim. 8. The adjuster does not recognize the fraud. And 9. The police authorities refuse to investigate, let alone prosecute, insurance fraud. A thorough investigation of a claim must cover the duty the adjuster owes to the insured and the insurer. The liability claims investigation should never be limited to holding the claimant down to what he asked for, or just giving a blank check to claimants. The adjuster's obligation is to deal fairly and in good faith with the insured, the claimant, and the insurer. This video was adapted from my blog, Zalma on Insurance, which is available free to anyone who clicks on the URL zalma.com/blog. You can subscribe to the blog and you'll receive notice of every blog posting, usually 5, sometimes 6 a week. And you'll also gain access to the more than 5,000 blog posts. Please tell your friends and colleagues about this blog and the videos and let them subscribe to the blog and the videos. It's free. And if you're interested in further detail about insurance, insurance claims, insurance law, insurance fraud, please consider subscribing for a very small fee to my Substack publications. Thank you for your attention.